Okay, I was asked to show some of the tools that are in some of the cases, so I'm going to do a quick little video on that. The videos are limited to about 8.5 minutes before they start breaking up, and I don't pay for the software from GoPro to link them back together. So this here is my Snap-on automotive compression gauge set. This is a compression tester. Comes with the booklet. On the back of the lid on it, get that upside down. It tells you everything that's in the kit, gives you the part number, so if you ever need to order anything. Over time, your hoses will get hard on any compression gauge and crack. With Snap-on, you can at least replace them. Now, hopefully this is showing up good. It comes with 3 different hoses and the ends for spark plugs. Comes with your gauge, and it actually has a little bit longer hose than most. This one is looped around. The gauge goes up to 300 psi, so it's a nice little kit. I have a old Mac compression gauge. It had a much shorter hose than on the gauge itself. And matter of fact, the hose was probably about as long as this, and it plugged right into the gauge, and then it had a couple of adapters for different spark plugs, where this one comes with the different hoses for it, plus you have the longer hose. So this is actually a better kit because you're not confined to such a small space like with the old Mac gauge that I have. So that's just one item. It also comes with a little sheet of other pressure testers that they sell so that you have the part numbers if you need them. Okay, this here is just a cooling system pressure test set. I had an old Stant, but my stand is about 40 some years old, so the rubber inside of it's pretty sure it's not as good as it used to be, and probably isn't going to be as accurate anymore. The Snap-on kit comes with a booklet, shows you how to use everything. Comes with some different caps for different vehicles. Basically, they give you 4 different styles of caps for the most popular vehicles. Now you can order more caps than what comes with this if you have more needs, but these should be the most popular. And that's the front of the gauge. The Snap-on comes with a knurled handle, so it allows you to grip it a little better than the ones that are all smooth. That's just a cooling system pressure tester. Now, on modern cars, they're real fussy about the cooling systems. When you refill them, you'll get air pockets in them, and you can overheat the car and burn up an engine. So this is a cooling system refill and retention tool. This one here, if you're changing like a thermostat or a lower radiator hose, you don't have to drain the whole cooling system. With this setup, it works off a vacuum, and I don't know how well that's going to show up, but it has the refill tool and barrier tool all built into it. This is a super nice system. Comes with the booklet. You have your hose. This also has the hose you have your exhaust on it. That is so that when you're pulling the vacuum, you're pulling out some coolant as well that's still left in the heater core, the engine block, the radiator, any remaining coolant because you're pulling a vacuum onto the system. And that's all going to exit. Now you go to Hobo Freight and buy their little El Cheapo version of this, which is all plastic, and from what I've read in reviews, works if you're lucky one time. After that, it's pretty much junk. It won't hold a vacuum. But it also does not have the exhaust feature like this. It just sprays the coolant all over the place. So this is a much nicer system. You can take the other hose, and it's 5 foot, and run it away from the engine compartment and down into a bucket to catch the remaining antifreeze. It's not a lot, but it's enough of a mist to make a mess all over everything. But this is really what you need in order to do newer cars to change out the antifreeze in them. So that way you don't get the air pockets. And this is the Rad Ultra, or Rad Kit Ultra. That's the actual part number, RADKITULTRA. That's the part number for this kit. And like I say, it comes with the hoses. It comes with some adapters. 4 different little adapters down here. And then this here it's upside down on reading it, but that's your gauge. You pull the vacuum down to about 25 psi, and when you're ready to install the new coolant, this end here goes into your coolant bucket, or cans if you want to do that. And the vacuum, when you open up the side to pull the vacuum in it, it'll start pulling the coolant in, and that eliminates air pockets. Super good system. This is what you need if you're going to change coolant on modern vehicles, because the cooling systems are just much more critical on today's cars. Check my time. Yeah, we only got about a minute left before I got to stop this video. This here is a Snap-on Microvat. This checks batteries, ignition, or not ignition, but starting systems, and your alternator. And you just follow the instructions on it. You start the vehicle, you rev the vehicle to, I believe it's 2,000 RPMs for so long, and it walks you through everything. And when it's done, it'll tell you all the issues you may have, or it'll tell you that everything is good to go. It'll measure the alternator ripple, so it'll tell you whether or not your alternator is bad. But this is a nice kit. They make smaller versions of this now. This is an older one. This one's a little bigger, as you can see, a little harder to handle. But the newer ones are smaller and work just on all the same principles. They just made it a little easier to handle. And I'm going to stop this video right here.